Bridget and Ginger are two socially outcast sisters manoeuvring between the pressures of their high school's bullying popular clique, their teacher's authority, and vicious rumours about themselves, with their bleak gallows humour-laden outlook on life and death in suburbia. However, a plan for revenge on the popular bully Trina goes south quickly when, during their preparations in the park at night, Ginger is attacked by a werewolf, and in the days that follow, her body begins to go through transformations that Bridget, with the help of local drug dealer Sam, intends to reverse before it's too late. This is John Fawcett's Ginger Snaps, a gothic teen horror laced with dark, sardonic humour, earning its cult following by subverting the conventions of late 90s and early noughties teen horror, allowing the focus on werewolves to reflect the relatable difficulties of teenage life, puberty, menstruation, sexuality, virginity, sexually transmitted infections, and sibling rivalries. With its snappy, imaginative, lycanthropic metaphor at its centre, Ginger Snaps also contains a surprisingly emotional core, with its portrayal of sisterhood between Ginger and Bridget, two characters that, no matter their arguments, differences, and extreme challenges, will always have each other's backs. Throughout Ginger Snaps, the film embraces a bleakly comic sense of humour and a distinct grungy gothic and at times bratty style that was indicative of the 90s and noughties teen culture, serving as a faux countercultural retaliation to the pristine middle-of-the-road experience of white picket fence suburban Americana. This is presented in almost everything Ginger and Bridget say and do, their fascination with the macabre, allowing these characters to inject any sense of excitement into their lives, a form of escape by romanticising death in the hopes that their lives don't turn out just like everybody else's. Additionally, with Ginger Snaps' memorable sense of style, there's also an imaginative wit that avoids typically Hollywood cliches of werewolf legends. Silver bullets won't work here. Ginger's transformation into a werewolf is an impressive example of young adult body horror, as her evolution serves as an allegorical reflection on many teenage obstacles, puberty, periods, burgeoning sexuality, virginity, and the necessity of safer sex. The growing fixation Ginger has towards blood, her growing libido towards another teen student, Jason, leading to unprotected sex, Jason's gradual infection with the lycanthropic virus, Ginger's advances towards Bridget, suggesting how she can infect her sister, the language coded as if it's a taboo sexual act, and the numerous allusions and innuendos, which implies that Ginger's transformation is being misunderstood as puberty, such as the humorous discussion that Ginger and Bridget have with the school's nurse. Ginger Snaps is sewn throughout with darkly comic, yet also surprisingly relatable comparisons between werewolf transformation and teenage issues that it's no surprise why the film continues to resonate with young social outcasts over 20 years later. While the allegory for puberty is a significant element of the film, the central characters Ginger and Bridget also demonstrate an authentic, albeit an offbeat, sense of sisterhood. A sense of solidarity that, no matter how distant they grow apart, Ginger's lycanthropy, and the impact it has on her, becoming a dreadful wedge between the two sisters, there is still a sense of solidarity between the characters when it truly matters the most. For example, Ginger illustrates a strong irritation towards Sam, the local drug dealer, who befriends Bridget in their plans to cure lycanthropy. There's a sense of jealousy that teenagers can experience when those close to them receive attention from the opposite sex, but Ginger's hostile reaction to Sam could also be viewed as an extension of Ginger's overprotective nature towards her sister. If she doesn't feel she can trust Sam, then why would she want her sister befriending him? Additionally, Ginger's violent and murderous actions later in the film, especially towards the school's janitor in which Ginger's killing of the man stems from a lack of control, but also a rejection of what she views as a forceful male gaze, can be viewed as an extension of Ginger's overprotection of her sister. If Ginger views somebody as a potential threat or obstacle to her sister, she's willing to kill. Focusing on Bridget, while she's concerned for Ginger's drastic changes, she also takes actions into her own hands to protect her older sister, from locking her into the bathroom so Ginger can't hurt anybody else, to trying to find an antidote for her sister, made from monkshood, also known as wolfsbane. The clearest depiction of the solidarity between these sisters, however, comes in the moments when both clearly distressed at the difficulties Ginger is facing, hold each other tightly to reassure each other. This is an action which tragically ends the film too, as Ginger, no longer a human, completely lost to her werewolf form, is killed by landing on Bridget's knife, used to defend herself, and in her dying breaths, her body is held by Bridget, unable to help her anymore, only able to wait for the inevitability of death. The sense of sisterhood between Bridget and Ginger feels genuine and authentic throughout the film, so much so that this final shot of Bridget holding her dying sister carries an effective emotional punch. After all of Bridget's efforts to save her sister, she can no longer do any more. For all of the film's sharp wit, sardonic humour, and gothic style, it's the sense of sisterhood, and the obstacles that challenges their solidarity, that becomes the heart of the film, and is likely the reason why Ginger Snaps continues to resonate with outsiders of all ages. In conclusion, Ginger Snaps is deserving of its dedicated cult following, for its brilliant use of lycanthropy as an allegory for the changes and insecurities that each teenager faces. With its distinctive 90s and noughties grunge goth sensibilities, the film also carries an emotional core that many teen horrors of the time can lack, allowing the film to resonate with audiences beyond the young adult crowd. Creepy, hilarious, and tragic, Ginger Snaps is truly unforgettable. A special thank you to my incredible tier Patreon supporter Gil, and my super tier Patreon supporters Constantine Bombelli and Jamie.